She'll have 30,000 names on the wheel. Burner account. We're friends now.
Where's my description?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's in there. Oh, I didn't put any text with it, though.
Dang it.
There's always something.
Just a link. That's all you need.
Oh, I should... Somebody's like, it's happening!
Finally! They've only been waiting a year, Matt.
Yeah.
Jeez. Jeez.
Oh, I'm going to pin it as a comment. I don't hear my chat. Maybe that's a good thing for today. Why don't I hear...
I don't know. I don't even see your chat, so it's okay. Baby steps.
Okay. I'm wondering why I don't hear them. Why don't I hear you guys? What's up, dudes? These random people, as long as you guys... Is it even working? Not enough... Not receiving enough to maintain. Oh, you... I hate internet here.
Why is your internet
It's
getting
inconsistent.
wonky?
When it gets cold, they have to tweak the lines or something.
Yeah, they should just replace the lines if they're having those kind of problems.
Yeah, but it's within margin of it still works, but it's not enough to fix it. You know what I mean? So on their little device thingy to check it, they're like, well, it's still uploading, but it'll sometimes be consistent at 40, which is literally the max that I can have, is only 40 up. And then it'll dip down to like 10, which is more than enough for most everything. But for streaming, it just means you're dropping lots of frames.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistent. So if I change the bitrate, that'll usually help.
I still have 0 dropped frames. I'm kind of surprised. I've got a lot of in and out traffic going on right now.
Can you guys hear them? I'm asking
Hear
my
who?
chat.
Oh.
I was like, no, I can't hear them.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm wondering why. Because...
Is our audio not working?
No, it's working. There must be... So I can hear you guys perfectly fine. And I guess the problem I'm going to have is like, well, maybe I shouldn't pay attention to chat then. Dang, that'll probably make them all sad.
Okay, they're saying that they can hear us.
Yeah, that's all good. Okay. Cool.
Are you running us through the same cable as chat?
No, I just clicked the settings on OBS Ninja to use my headphones. So I'm guessing that now means it's not working with Wavelink somehow.
Oh. What?
Somebody called you Beard Man, and he said that you sound like a radio DJ.
Hey, that's a good thing, because he actually spent money on a microphone.
Yeah. See, let me bring the microphone into the camera a little bit.
Beard Man. So these are people from Sun Distributing. I used to work with them a lot too. What's a keg? Sorry, I'm trying to, we were trying to figure all this out too. So I have a job that's supposed to be coming in for just a windshield here in a little bit. And I'm probably going to do that. And then in the meantime, I got brought on their live stream, and then we're like, hey, we should give away that keg. And it's like, yeah, sure. And now it's Friday, and it's like, oh, we haven't done anything for that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, and I got voice changer technology too.
Oh, that's I was like, wow, you might just fell off a cliff there. So a keg. Is this? Oh, I should grab the one that we're actually. I want to show the quick disconnects too, though. So all this stuff is falling in the background because it's actually hooked up. So this is the 3-gallon tint keg here. You see, they changed the logo colors to match my colors. So a long time ago, they gave me a 5-gallon tint keg, and the idea was that we were going to give it away, and then I just kept it and kept using it. But now I have a 3-gallon, so that means it's okay to give away the 5-gallon. And these are super nice. So I've been using kegs for a long time. I've been using them before Rick has. So I should be tint keg, not them, but you know, that is what it is. I'm wondering where my other one is. It's around here. It's a
Look.
little trash. Oh, there it is.
Don't forget, I wanted to build and sell kegs, and you're like, yeah, it doesn't fit in an envelope. I don't think I want to sell those.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't fit in a flat rate envelope, so I'm not selling them. No, and I also was really surprised because they're big, they last forever, and like how many people are actually gonna buy them? Is there a legitimate business there? And apparently there is, but there's a lot of logistics involved in them too. So this was my original keg. I bought this from 44 Tools, and it came with a curly hose. So they swapped out. I have a video on the channel. They swapped out one of the fittings to take these handy dandy quick releases. So I can literally take this one off of my other keg and pop it onto here, and then boom, I'm ready to go. How cool is that? So this is what they used to look like, little R2D2 trash cans, and now
We're actually trying to get Carrie, and she
They look
won't
like
do it
this.
because Star Wars.
It's
Oh,
owned
those
by
are
Disney.
gorgeous.
Aw, can't do R2D2. That makes sense.
Yeah, we want to so bad because it would be perfect for that keg. Oh,
Yeah, it would be really funny to do with that. So these are just like beefy sprayers. So you put your slip solution in here, you fill it up with soapy water, you pressurize it, and they upgrade so you can find these fine kegs around, but one thing that Sun Distributing does is they upgrade all the fittings. So you notice there's a nice pretty brass what is this? Valve stem? Yeah.
it's called a Schrader valve.
Schrader valve. Guys, we
Yeah,
learned
it's-
something.
It's fancy.
So they put those on here. They upgrade the O-rings. What else do you upgrade on here?
That's pretty much it. The O-rings, see, because it's made for like homebrew or soda, and they run that at typically about 7 to 10 psi, but we like to run up closer to 100 psi. So
More
we
pressure, more better.
upgrade the pressure release valve because the factory ones pop at about 70 psi, and so we upgrade those and make them pop at 110 psi, and then we have to upgrade the other O-rings on the posts, because otherwise when you take it apart, all kinds of bad things happen and it sprays you in the face with whatever's in your tank.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually had one of them pop out too with I burned a hole in one of the hoses, and it was kind of it was funny, but it was kind of cool because I actually could fix it with literally this. I think was the only thing that I had to fix it with, and I managed to do that and like a flathead screwdriver. I had the old hose from the old blue hose with the old stainless steel screw-in quick release, and it made the O-ring pop out, and I was able to take that all out and fix it. What's up? Hang on one sec. I'll be right back.
sure. Yeah, so and actually what he just illustrated was why we still use clamps. We could do a crimped fitting. I have a crimper, I have the ferrules. The problem with that is Matt, he was in motion doing his thing and he sets his heat gun down on the hose. Brittany, stop picking your nails. You're on camera. And so he burned a
Like
hole
him,
in
he's
his
so
hose.
fast. He's just here's the keys. That's okay. Bye.
So as I was saying though, yeah. So Matt burned a hole in his hose, and he was able to repair it on site.
We are based in Michigan. You are here, Zero. We are.
So this is
We are
the
from
old hose,
Waterford.
and then there's the fun burn in it, and I got, where is it? Oh yeah, I have it right here. So this was the one you were experimenting with a while ago with the threaded whatever. It made the O-ring pop out, and it was super quick to fix. So that's good, but I hacked it off. So I still have
So
two
how
hoses.
far into that hose is the burn from one
It's
end or
like
the other?
halfway. It's in an annoying spot where I can have two shorter hoses and still use them for something, but it's not long enough to keep going around the whole shop. So this one, or the replacement, the one I've been using was like 25 feet anyway, so it's all the way, oh, you guys are in the way. It's all the way over on the toolbox from here right now. So I got more than enough room on that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, somebody's asking, is there an update on the tool subscription from Sun Distributing?
Yes. Actually, I am emailing him back right now.
What happened?
Whoa.
Did Brittany break it?
No,
I
Brittany
use
didn't
all the
break it.
pressure. I do. Ooh. It says my battery
Emailing
is
him.
low. I think I can fix this. Because I have two.
And you're not using the microphone out of it, so it should be fine.
That's right. So as long as it doesn't do anything funny.
Yeah, what's
No,
they brag about the extended time. What's with that? They brag about the extended time.
I messed up.
Oh,
Hang on. Okay, it's still working. Yeah, if for whatever reason the left earbud, you can't close the case. If you close the case, it disconnects.
oh, that's another stupid.
Yeah, and I'm trying to switch devices, and that's another thing. It's supposed to, you're supposed to be able to push this little button here, and it should change from one source to the other, but for whatever reason, it's not doing that anymore. So I have to, turn Bluetooth off of one thing, turn it on the other, and then it'll switch. These headphones are dumb.
That is way not my favorite.
All right, well, you guys entertain my chat for a minute, and I'm going to pull in a car.
We can't see your chat,
You
so.
want us to
We'll
be
pull up a
entertaining?
YouTube window.
I can see it. Is the
Oh,
link the only
Brittany.
thing you need
It's
to
on
do to
YouTube,
enter, or do you need to buy a tool?
You're missing
No,
out
you
so
don't
many.
need to buy any tools.
No
Guys,
purchase
ask them a bunch of
necessary.
Go-
questions.
You can just go and put it in your cart and check out. How would the winner of the keg be announced? So we're gonna go live on our YouTube channel and our Facebook next Tuesday, and Matt will join us, and the winner will be selected at that time. What's the cost on one of the kegs? Watching your videos earlier today, and I'm thinking about buying one. It depends really on how you build one, but if you give us a call, we can walk you through everything and figure out how much it would be for how you want it built, or you can look at our website.
Yeah, I believe
Can
they
I
start
get
at
your
about
guys' website? I'm looking to
265.
try other tint brands. Sun Distributing Direct.com. There's the website for you. Matt is like the ultimate multimedia. Okay, Matt is the ultimate multimedia mega and tech nerd. Yes, he is. Just got here. How do I enter? How do I enter? Here is a link to the product. You go ahead, put it in your cart, check out, and you are good to go. You don't even have to pay for it or anything.
Matt's got a lot going on all of a sudden.
And guys, if you're commenting on Facebook, I'm sorry. All I have open is YouTube.
Facebook. I can open Facebook.
Aw, that car's cute. It's just a little
We're-
one.
Oh, he needs a quieter. We should introduce him. You know what? He would benefit from that whole background thing that we use,
Ooh, yeah.
because he's making a lot of racket. Just saying.
This vehicle is known to the chat.
Okay. Sweet. What kind of vehicle?
Keep the missing door handle. Oh my god. I didn't notice it was missing until just now.
Everything with the windshield or all the sides and the back? Okay. Yeah, that would work perfectly.
Oh, on his screen, Brittany, you can see the chat.
Entry starts at
Yeah.
240. That would cover all the side windows in the back, and then you can pick any of the shades that we have available.
So, the winner, it'll be announced on our stream, but because the entries have to go through the website, whoever is the winner, we will reach out to them.
Yes, for sure, absolutely. And we'll already have your shipping information, so it'll be lickety quick. And Matt is also going to be live streaming simultaneously, kind of like what we're doing right now. So
that'll be on Tuesday. Okay.
yeah, well, that's the plan. Unfortunately, we got all this set up and figured out on my computer. So I think we're going to want to just go ahead and stream from my computer on Tuesday this time. Because
Are we in court? Back door doesn't have a handle. Man, this is weird. Matt's like, all right, I'm leaving. Entertain them. In our chat, Doug says best customer service in the business. Thank you. We love you. Runner account is going to bring the refreshments on Tuesday.
so I think that what we need to
But yeah, Monday would work. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so if you search Sun Distributing on YouTube, our channel should come up. And how do you win? We have a big multicolored spinny wheel with everyone's names on it. So all the entries get put on there, and then we spin it, and it will land on one, and that person will win.
And so far, our highest was like 497 people on the wheel. So we're hoping to like quadruple that. Let's get a couple thousand people on the wheel.
So
Brittany loves to type names in.
How much for just a sprayer and hose?
Actually, we will sort of
based on how you build your hose. So I would deflect again to the website. Sun Distributing is awesome. Oh, thank you, Kevin. We love you.
We especially love being awesome.
And Griffin Concepts said that they have completed the prototype and they can print Olfa knife decals.
Oh,
that was quick. We
who's
love
this?
you.
Who's this Griffin people?
Griffin Concepts on YouTube.
Griffin Concept. Oh, reach out to us because we're gonna have some things. We're gonna have lots of things, and we're probably gonna want to do some custom things. And I know those will cost extra, but we also probably are gonna want to do some bulk things because we want to give stuff away every week, and so we're like thinking of ideas of useful things to give away because keychains, lanyards, stupid things like that, is only going to take us so far.
I have another idea for a fun thing to give away, but I don't know if I want to do them first before you guys.
Hey, we saw your experience with giving stuff away. It's taken you a year to get this.
Okay. No, so I keep getting ads for custom pins. I don't know if you've ever seen that on Facebook, but like wizard pins. Yeah, I see those all the time. Like little keychain pins. You can get custom ones. That'd be super cool.
Oh.
So nobody has won the keg yet.
Alpha knife. You could get it.
It is going to be one entry per person. And then someone said Matt's volume is much lower than ours.
Where are you guys?
Is that in our stream or in their his stream?
Oh my God, you're in the red. I'm sorry. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're kind of in the red over here too, Matt. But
yes, thank you, Isaac.
Yeah, it depends if I'm talking back here or if I just want to yell really loud right in the microphone. One entry per person? Yeah, I think so. Or else you could just sit there all day and keep checking out with it.
I mean, you could. That would be a lot, but...
Who won the keg? Okay, yeah. So for all of you that are just here now, we're going to be doing that giveaway on Tuesday. So this is going to be the entry for today. This is kind of just came about really quickly. We've been talking about giving it away for a while, and then all of a sudden just like Okay, Tuesday. So Tuesday, they're gonna spin a wheel. The way to enter the giveaway is I pinned a comment and I also posted it in the description, but I can try and paste it again. Go here. So it's at Sun Distributing. You're entered in the giveaway. You don't have to pay for anything to get in the giveaway. It also makes it super easy to figure out shipping. So they don't have to try and contact somebody to get details and whatever. It's kind of just like, hey, you put it up.
It's like
you're good to go.
it's like genius.
Oh,
I'm super excited.
great. Oh, that's bad.
What's bad? What happened? Am I clipping?
You guys still there?
We are. Are you still there?
Yeah, it's lagging on YouTube on Matt's channel.
No. Hello? Are you good? Is anybody still there?
Okay, there we go.
We're still here. Are you still there?
Disconnect the audio though. That doesn't make any sense.
We
It doesn't.
need a variety of not roll down stickers on one roll. Because I don't know if we can do that.
I don't think we can because when they do a run,
David
I mean,
super chatted $2 door handle fund.
what did I miss?
Nothing. We're talking about the.
Can you guys not hear me anymore then?
We can hear you.
Oh, wait.
Can you hear us?
They're getting an echo from us.
Oh, now they're getting an echo from us. It seems like this was just working. And then
Oh, it's so dumb.
no, it's not.
Did they like actually die?
Yeah, so it looks like it's on Matt's end because all of our people on our chat are saying that they sound nothing sounds off to them.
Hang on. I think we had.
Matt
a different
seems to
problem.
think that it's the government, possibly the FBI interfering.
Oh shit, that's really not good. I can hear you now.
Are you without headphones?
Yeah, for a minute.
Oh,
Yeah, I used the other one. Daniel Reyna. Did we get a super chat? Oh, we got a couple. I'm sorry. David with the 2. Thank you. Door handle fund. You recognize the car. That's great. Yeah, this is that car. We're back for a windshield, and then Daniel Reyna with the 10. I'm sorry, I lost my headphones for a minute. Everybody died. Sun Distributing has an echo, do they? Thank
Where
you.
are we echoing
I
from?
appreciate that. I'm really sorry. We're dealing with technical stuff better now. Yeah, my frames just literally dipped down to like nothing. My whole internet just is like, nope, not today. I put Sun Distributing though. They're on the TV right now. I can't believe that's the case.
Oh, you can hear us on your TV?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now. I didn't
It
know I
might
had to
be-
route you guys that way though.
It might be background echo.
So I put you guys on a spot where I could still hear you, but hopefully it won't like reverb so much in the mic.
Yeah, I'm not hearing me in the mic.
Oh, it was probably when I was changing all the settings you heard it on an echo. I wonder if I can put it on wavelength then as a source. There's got to be a way to do that, but I don't want to screw with
Could
it
be.
too much. It's like it's working good enough, and then they're good now. Okay, so it was my problem. Yay, I love how all the frames dropped off like as soon as I was talking about a giveaway again. See, it's like a cursed giveaway. It's like we talk about like, oh yeah, when we're gonna do giveaway and how we're gonna do it. And, oh, sorry, it disconnected. Guess we're gonna put that off. Okay.
I just
so
realized. So you got your restream bot kicking ass, taking names, transferring over chat from one side to the other.
Yeah. So the way that this is gonna work, we are gonna be giving away a tint keg. Let me grab the one.
There he goes again.
Disconnect everything again.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just a little bit. So we're gonna be giving away actually this keg right here. So this is the 5-gallon. The 5-gallon keg. We're not giving it away today. We're talking about the entry because if I was like, hey, remember that giveaway we talked about forever? And then all of a sudden, like, surprise, then people didn't actually have a chance to pay attention to it. So
Yeah.
we're going to be giving that away on Tuesday. The way to enter is go to the link, go to sundistributingdirect.com. It'll be right plastered on the homepage there. I also pinned a comment and then have a comment in or a link in the description. You can go there, you can check out for free, and then you're entered, and then we'll be doing that probably live again on Tuesday.
Yep.
We also getting some tinting done. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm letting my headphones charge for a little bit. I gave myself like a 2-hour window to do a windshield. So I think we can manage.
Come down to the wire.
Also, I should make that.
Oh, also, do you have what is it, an RTX video card in that?
Oh,
PC?
an NVIDIA one?
Yeah.
But the RTX one?
Because if you do, I have a gem for you that you're gonna love, and it's free from NVIDIA.
I don't have an RTX card. I was trying to get one for a little while, but then they like surged in pricing and stuff. So.
Do you have a GTX card?
Yeah, I have the 980 Ti.
Okay, that'll work. It won't, which you wouldn't use the video feature of it anyways, but NVIDIA has a software that has background noise cancellation.
Yeah,
And it's
they have
fucking
RTX voice.
amazing. Yes, so and with a GTX card you can use it, so they allow you to.
I don't think they let me use it with my card. I looked into it for a little bit.
Well, it's a separate app you have to download, but it's got the same feature on it. But I don't know. We can look into that a little bit later too. But I know when you were on the phone and we're trying to entertain your guests,
Yeah,
you were loud. But
was I?
normally you're not. When you're by yourself and I'm watching a stream and you have to answer the phone, it's like you're not loud. But then again, we're trying to hear you. But this time we were trying to talk over you, so it was like, oh my God.
Oh, okay. I figured it wasn't that bad because I was all the way over there. This is I don't know. I don't know the distance on this mic. I always feel like I have to be like here for it to be
And there's
good.
there's another one, I forget what it was called. But it works just as well as the RTX voice thing.
Okay.
And there's a portion of it free,
Can you
or
give
you
away
have to pay
glass
for
aid
it.
tape? I could give away glass aid tape with it too. Maybe we'll throw some rolls in there.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody international wins it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll fill that damn keg up with glass aid tape.
Is it possible to do a mix of do not roll down stickers on one roll?
We're gonna have to look into that.
Yeah. We're gonna
Like
have
multiple
to
logos and
contact
stuff?
our.
Or like multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have our do not roll down stickers. They're quite
They're hilarious.
hilarious, but you get a roll of this one or a roll of that one or a roll, and we got 6 different flavors, or actually 5 on the website. We have one that says don't be a dick, let the tent stick, and Brittany doesn't want to put it on the website. But every time somebody comes in and sees them, they buy them, so it's like, I don't know.
Well, you buy them for a very specific customer. Like
Yes.
when you're doing like a friend's car or something like that. That's not something that most people just throw on a customer's car. But
Yeah, it would be funny putting those on a bunch of customer cars. And they're just like, what?
right. Would you call me?
Yeah, we got one that says these are not the buttons you're looking for, kind of like a Star Wars kind of play. And we got one that says don't touch me, peasant. which I'm not sure where that came from, but that's curious humor.
Dude, why don't you just be blunt about it? Just be like, don't ever call me again. We got your money.
No warranty once you leave the parking
Yeah,
lot.
right? Like, Jesus, you're
Oh,
getting mean.
warranty void if sticker is removed.
It's good stuff. Well, it looks like everything's kind of working. Me and my never charging batteries problem. When I think everything's charging, something's not.
Yeah, I
So
don't
I
have a
think I
solution
had the
for
left
that.
ear sitting in a dead case, and then so now both of them are kind of dead. So we're giving them a little bit of chance to start up. Because
Oh,
I
I
gotta do a windshield.
hope your technology doesn't want to charge the case first.
What's that?
I said, I hope your technology doesn't want to charge the case first.
Yeah, that'd be a super bummer. That's like the one silver lining about the wireless buds is at least I can give one a chance to charge while I'm using the other one, and just hopefully swap them fast enough so it's not any type of an issue once I get them going, and then we can just run with it. Other than that, like I have the neckband one, and that lasted like all day, and it could do device switching and stuff. They just stopped making those.
They've stopped making all the goddamn headband ones. It's
Yeah,
ugh.
something about them being ugly or whatever.
I had to replace mine, and I went with the Samsung buds,
Yeah.
and the newest, latest, greatest, and I hated them. I ended up sending them back, and I dug real deep into Amazon and found my old LGs. But this is not going to last long.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna buy like a secondhand pair of them, but with me they only have like I've gone through like 4 pairs. They have like a 1 year lifespan. So like to
Mhm.
spend another $250 on headphones that are gonna die, like they I think they retail for like 300 or something. So I'd get like a little discount on them, like $200. But for them to go for like a year would just be annoying, and then I'd be in the same boat. Like I'd have to figure out a different headphone solution anyways.
I mean, Matt, Tim here says you could start a GoFundMe for a backup pair.
Yeah, the only part that bugged me was like, I'd have to, I guess, buy like 3 or 4 pairs and just leave them in a box sitting on a shelf for a while. That would get me by for a handful of years. That wouldn't be that bad. I work the hell out of headphones though. They're always getting used. I like this comment. No warranty after roll down on the roll down stickers.
Oh,
That's great.
David said open door at drive-through stickers.
That's a good one too.
Don't roll down. I know you're hungry.
Brittany,
This
you
is
should be
great.
writing
This
some of these
crowdsourced
down.
roll down sticker ideas. This is fun.
I love this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of half of these, but they're all
This
so
is what
true.
makes our live streams so exciting because we don't have to keep it in a box. We can put some rock bottom Matt and talk
David.
about
Sorry.
Headphones.
David with the 2 with the headphone
David
fund. Thank
Weimer
you.
super
I
chatted $2
appreciate that.
headphone fund.
I looked and I looked, man, and I settled on like the Bose wireless ones. They sound really good too, and I just hate the truly wireless. Like being able to work and just take an earbud and drop it. That's why I really like a neckband style too. So they build so much, like they can put a bigger battery, more hardware. Like it just works. And then you just like somebody's talking to you, you just drop an ear out. Now I take one out and then I put it in my pocket and then I lose it. Then I leave the case at the shop. I have my earbuds in, and then I leave the shop, and then I'm like, I forgot the charging case. Great, that's great. 3 things to keep track of. But thank you for the 2. That'll go towards the headphone fund. Don't you love when they go to pull out of your driveway and they put the window down after you say don't roll it down. I've had that happen quite a bit, yeah. Yeah, tape on the switches kind of helps with that, but there's still like, it's kind of a loose rule with me. If somebody rolls down their windows like right after they get tinted, a lot of times it's just like you're not even thinking about it and you accidentally do it and you're like, oh crap. I hope I didn't just ruin my windows. But you should be able to roll them down immediately and everything can be fine.
All right,
Get,
so
get
Rick,
those cool
we should
headphone
probably
glasses.
let Matt get to his.
I
here.
think the idea would be super funny. I'd feel like such a, I don't know. I'd feel so weird just coming on stream with like sunglasses. I'm indoors with sunglasses.
I mean, that's just a sign that you're super cool.
That means you're
Yeah.
super cool. The indoor sunglasses. I'm tinting a car
Ooh,
with a
I like
limo.
this
I'm wearing
one.
sunglasses.
Sean says you could have a woman in a bikini and it says look but don't touch.
Matt, I gave you my director's link, which is what you put up on the screen. So there is audio with it. You would have to route it though to
Okay.
route that audio to OBS, and then you could probably monitor it also.
Oh, okay. I'm not
And
going to
then
mess
you
with it right now. We'll have to do a
No.
test later on
So
and then
the
just
do
play
not
around
roll
with it and
down
see if we can figure
stickers,
this out. This is good enough
you
right
stick
now.
them
I'm surprised
over the
this
window
works as much as it
switches.
does. I'm not going to be, so if I'm working on the windshield, I'm going to have to just check the monitor a little bit more for comments this time. But what I like about this too is like it can be a little bit more of like you guys can relay comments to me instead. If we keep you on for while I'm doing the full windshield.
Oh yeah.
We could do that.
So you guys can help out a little bit more with that for just anything that's worth talking about or whatever. That would be pretty helpful. So I've never been able to bring, or I've never brought people on while I've been streaming. I think the idea is cool.
It's definitely one of those things that, as I've noticed how complicated everything is that we've learned along the way, once we learn it, something clicks and then it just makes sense and it's logical. So
Yeah.
I can't see this being any different. Right now it really hurts the head to figure out all the traffic, and because now we're doing the two-way traffic, not just with audio. Me and Brittany have been struggling with that for probably about 6 weeks now. And now we just threw video into the same mix. And we're not just doing two-way, but we're doing two-way on our end and then two-way with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it
Not-
just it becomes a lot. I mean, audio is where I have the biggest hang up. When I added this mic with wavelength, I have the ability to, have chat so I can hear it and then mute it so it's not pumped out on the stream too, and then adjust those things. But for everything that I add, I have to set it as like a Windows source or say where that source is coming from. And it's using like Windows systems, and then you go to the wavelength thing, and then you got to go to OBS and add it as a source, and it's just all together it's confusing.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot going on. So, and then it's super easy to do something that causes that feedback loop, and then you're just like, all right, I guess. You gotta be kidding me.
So Matt, someone was asking, can you throw some fusion turbos in the tint keg or your green squeegee?
What's that?
They want either some fusion turbos or one of your green squeegees to be included in the giveaway.
You guys just want to take all my stuff. Green shanks, the green tint suit, it's okay. We can do that. Actually, that'd be a lot of fun because it's a studio squeegee thing giveaway. So I'll throw some stuff in the keg, and then I'll have Sun Distributing pick it up, and they can ship it.
Yeah.
Brittany will have to come pick it up.
At 9 a.m. before Matt's human.
And then I'm just waking up and be like, hey, I'm here. What? For what?
Wait, why are you here? Someone wants to know if you've ever installed clear plaques.
I haven't. wonder if you guys could talk about it a little bit more. There's things that I've seen and heard. I was really interested in Steck's new paint protection windshield film. I think that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, Dinoflex.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called, because the idea of like a paint protection windshield sounds a little bit better as long as it's scratch resistant enough, because you want things to bounce off of it, be a little spongy rather than just be like a hard surface. Because with Clearplex, isn't it just like a hard coating, basically, like a hard plastic coating?
Well, it's like a really, really, really thick, stiff film.
Okay.
Or it used to be. They have changed it since we played with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
We
I don't
didn't-
know that PPF would really yield a better result, because where it has more give, that's both. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, it's a good thing for like shock absorption, but depending on how thick it is, if it hits that glass, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen Steck stuff in person enough to like really comment.
Oh, we get to fly with Matt.
I haven't seen it either in person. There's just some stuff that I've heard about it, just kind of going off of the ideas of it. I was wondering if you guys happen to know a little bit more than I did about it.
Oh, and they want you to sign everything you put in the keg.
What?
Well, a
just
lot
want you to
less
work a
just
lot
as
for this
going to the
giveaway.
head.
We want Matt to do stuff.
The giveaway will be happening on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
4
Okay.
p.m. on Tuesday.
Okay, so the other thing about this whole trying to do a windshield and then stream with you guys too is I have to switch the microphone then to this one. I hope it works.
Let's do it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Rick, we
this is
have
not
a request.
super fun.
we has
so
a request.
He
If
wants
I
to
go-
know if we
if
can
I go
add
to
gentle
this,
poker to the name of the shade.
Chat, you
It's
can
the
still
proper
hear
terminology.
me. It might be a little quiet, but you guys are up in
We
the
can-
top corners. You're like supervisors.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, until I start messing with that.
And some feet pics. You guys are nasty. Ooh. They want feet pics too.
Hang tight, Brittany. He's trying to get his new source, and then we'll
What is this even called?
tiny mic.
Default audio interface, because it's not plugged in USB, so it's gonna Realtek. I think that's what it is. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe it worked.
it's fucking flawless. Although it's a little fuzzy. Oh, it's better now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the last time we
Hang on.
looked at windshield protection film as a tint shop, gosh, how long ago was that?
It's been a couple of years at least,
It's been
and
a while, and I know that they've made a lot of changes since then. But the last time we really hardcore looked at it, there was just a lot to be desired. The optical clarity wasn't all that good. Very few of them offered any sort of UV protection, which is something we wanted. It just, at that time, the technology wasn't good enough for us to,
well, between the cost and the optical clarity, it was just a no-brainer that it wasn't something that we were going to sell. It was the kind of thing that if you had a $6,000 windshield you wanted to protect, it would be a sacrifice you was willing to make.
I did
Otherwise, you did do it. We
Okay.
can still hear you.
So you guys can hear me okay, and then I can hear you. I don't think I can hear chat though. But if I'm trying to hear you guys over chat, that's not gonna work anyways. Oh, it's locked.
they're saying that there's some feedback on Matt's mic.
There's feedback.
Who's saying that?
Saying
Our side or
Oh,
your
wait,
side?
wait, wait.
his side.
Yeah. Question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dang. I hear
You would
fuzz.
get involved.
Why is there fuzz? That doesn't make sense.
There's not currently fuzz on our end.
So if I'm talking, it doesn't look like there'd be feedback. Maybe it was hitting my glasses or something. No, you'd hear it too. Sounds
He
like you
said,
turned.
It sounds like you turned up the pro mic and buzz went up.
This is always fun. Let me turn it off and turn it back on. Wait, was that
Yeah,
gonna break it?
there is buzz on your YouTube feed, but there's not buzz coming to us.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
It's not that loud. See, I can't monitor.
Again for entering, because someone was asking.
I don't know if it'll let you post it,
I don't know.
but there it is.
Someone said it's better.
It's better. I love when they say it's better and I didn't change anything. I did take the input captured. Maybe did it get bumped? No, it's still a low dB on here. Maybe it was the USB. Oh, you know what? It could have been, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Sometimes I'll leave the receiver plugged in to a USB charging thing, and I was using a different one. So that could have created some type of like electrical static. Yes, no feedback, but small static. But all right, it's gone. Yes, it's gone.
It's
It
more
worked.
better now.
Okay. I feel like I didn't do anything. Maybe I did. Maybe I fixed it. Oh,
What?
I need my window. I can't see.
It just worked itself out. One
Okay.
nice thing about voice meter is so like where you have a monitor and an output on that thing that you use with your forgot what it's called for your thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Voice meter, you can have up to 5 outputs and you can send them anywhere you want to. And that's nice because then like you're feeding us audio, but you're also feeding your stream audio, and it's using the same output for both.
Uh-huh.
And that might be part of the struggle, where if it was on my end with voice meter, I would use one output to send to you and one output to send to OBS.
Okay.
But
Voice meter, I looked into it some, but with wavelength, I was like, I don't know, this is overwhelming.
wavelength is basically voice meter just simplified. And the only thing that I can see that wavelength is missing is the ability to have the multiple outputs, you know.
Okay.
But in wavelength, you can add as many inputs as you want, where I'm limited to 5. Well, I'm actually limited to 8.
I think wavelength has a limit too, but I don't know. Audio is, as much as I've tried to wrap my head around all of it, I still am like kind of crossing my fingers and I just don't touch it. Because once it's working, it's like, okay, cool. It's good to go. Anymore, and then we'll try and fix it later off stream or something.
I wished I had that kind of restraint. Personally, I get it working, and Brittany is just like you. She's like, okay, it's good. Don't touch it. And I'm like, but what does this do? And then I start pushing more buttons.
And then it just keeps, like, the thing is, doing that live is the big problem, because then it's just like everybody's sitting there while there's echo and it's all just going to hell.
Our problem is just before the stream, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit that go live button, or start streaming button, it's like it goes to shit, and then we have to figure it out. So I spent probably 8 to 10 hours watching like the same YouTube video over and over and over again until I understood it. And I came back in Monday and I told Brittany, I'm like, I understand this shit now. And she's like, yeah, that's what I thought. I watch the shit now. I'm like, you don't understand. I spent the entire fucking weekend watching this one video. I understand it. And I still didn't understand it. But I mean, I was a lot closer than I was when I started.
Okay, hold on. Matt, they want to know what shade is going on this car.
Oh yeah, we're tinning, right? We should probably talk about that a little bit. We're doing 35 on the windshield. So he wanted to do limo. And no. So we've actually done this car. So I tinted this whole car in limo. We streamed it. A lot of you guys will probably recognize this. Door handle. Yeah, it was kind of a funny interaction because like when I was delivering the car, he walked around it, he liked it, and then he saw the windshield. I was like, oh, you didn't do the windshield? I was like, no, that wasn't part of it, especially in limo. That's all we talked about. He's like, oh, you don't do limo on a windshield? I was like, oh, good grief. No. No limo windshield. So we're going to be doing 35 on this. That's as dark as I feel comfortable with. Any darker than that, I think you can drive around with it, but doing it as a business gets really dicey. It's one of those things that you're like throwing out into the world that you probably shouldn't be.
So someone, okay, how do I handle this? While I absolutely appreciate your enthusiasm, sir, I don't do OnlyFans, so thanks. And someone asked, does the keg also come with the green snake? I'm not sure if they mean the hose or a shank.
Does the keg? Okay, so I gotta remember to do this. I probably have to clean it out too. The keg is, I don't know. We'll throw some tint stuff, Tint Studio things in there. I don't exactly know everything that'll be in there, but we'll probably just throw everything that's very studio. So we'll probably throw like a handful of felt cards, shanks, squeegees, and like the green studio squeegees, basically everything studio, and then some Glass Aid stuff in there too. Miscellaneous amounts. Like, you know, when you go around on Halloween and somebody just throws random amounts of candy, we'll just throw random amounts of that stuff in the kegs.
There we go. And I think someone asked, so the giveaway is on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, I'll have to mark
What's
that in my schedule.
Insta? My Insta.
Wait. Oh, no.
Are you, like, trying to be my friend or something? Because I feel like you've got motives, sir.
You know what I just realized about Tuesday? It's I don't know if I can do Tuesday.
What?
Tuesday's my son's birthday.
Oh my God, is it already?
Yeah, he's gonna be 1 year, so we're doing a birthday party on Sunday. But we were just gonna have a very chill day. So
yeah, like a family day.
You guys always have Tool Talk Tuesdays, and then it's like now Tuesdays is like everything that happens is on Tuesday. So, okay, might be pushed a day or two.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Sorry, guys.
So it'll be next week. We'll have a non-specific date next week. We will do the giveaway. If it's not on Tuesday, it'll be soon to follow after. It's not going to be on Tuesday. It'll be soon to follow.
Somebody
after.
would like you to put your son in the keg.
He's not going to fit in the keg. Too many. Hi, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Sure. What kind of vehicle?
The 2019 Chevy
Okay. I appreciate, dude, that you want to be friends.
Okay.
Also, I don't normally add businessy people
You wanted
on
to
my
do the 2 front doors
personal
and
social
possibly
media,
full
so I
windshield?
apologize for that.
Okay. Well, the
Um,
front 2 doors will start at 100, and the full
yeah.
windshield would start at 150.
Yo, it's snowing. Where are you at, Lucas?
The front doors is just a quick in and out thing. You'll be within an hour. The full windshield, that would add like an extra hour to the job. So probably like 2.5 hours in total. Earliest available, I could get you in Monday at about 1 o'clock with the deposit. Oh, okay. You want me to text you a link to our site to leave a deposit? Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and do that. All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, Matt. Does
If-
being cold affect your tint from attaching to the windows? He's in Washington, Illinois.
I'm wondering how I can if I switch to my desktop though real quick, is that gonna like screw up everything?
I don't know.
It is, isn't it?
Not on our end.
No, not on your end, but on my end, I think it will. Oh, I hate this.
What do you mean switch to your desktop?
Like literally switch to my desktop, so I can text the customer. Is
Oh
it?
yeah, no,
Wait,
it's
no, I
working.
think it's working. Okay.
It should be fine.
As long as there's no echo. That's what I'm wondering. I'm just like, okay, because you're going through this, and then chat. Okay, I think everything's okay. And then I'm gonna have a bunch of people going like, "There's a horrible echo." I have somebody else that wants to schedule on Monday. One of them said he'll just show up or call ahead, and the other one says he'll leave a deposit. Who do you think gets the spot?
It's a mystery.
As long as it doesn't cause an echo.
Rick causes an echo. I think that was done up. Okay, let me.
Yeah, that was kind of fake.
Okay, that freaked me out for a second. Here.
Yeah, so Lucas had a couple peanuts happen even though he clay barred the rear windshield. He figured it was because it was snowing, so he wants to know if it being cold affects the tint from attaching.
Oh, no, it'll still stick. It'll just take longer for it to dry out. So, it's recommended to leave your windows up for a little bit longer until it's dried out. You want to, like, I guess the only thing that can sometimes happen is like the tint might freeze to the seal if there's just a water line there. But we're tinting all year, and I'm pulling cars out in the middle of winter, and 99% of the time everything's fine.
So if you had a couple of peanuts, it might have been on a Chrysler product, and that probably played a little bit of factor into it with the thick defrosts.
Yeah, it was a 2012 Chrysler 300.
Oh, there you go.
You called it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's that's a little more common, especially in the wintertime. I mean, we're fighting with peanuts, so the clay bar and everything helps. Our suggestion, and Matt does this trick, is to before you lay the film, turn the defrosters on. Start the car, turn the defrosters on, let them warm up. The secret is when you're squeegeeing, don't do your final squeegee with the
Hello,
don't
Tint,
do
how
your
can I
final
help you?
squeegee up and down because you'll trap air bubbles in between the defrosters. So when you make your final pass with your squeegee, you'll want to go side to side with them along with the
Just
defrosters,
the front 2 windows would start at 100.
and that'll help them stick a lot faster.
All right, we got another question. It's hey, just curious, how long should you wait to roll your windows when it's cold?
Well, this is a controversial topic, so
Okay, no problem.
we just
welcome.
push it back. Personally, my customers can roll their windows down even when it's cold right away. So if your corners are all laid down and everything's good from the install, it should be fine. But we do encourage people, and in the wintertime, we typically tell people a week. And in the summertime, like when it's hot, we tell them 24 hours. But as an industry standard, it's 3 to 5 days, year round.
With
So you
Avery,
can
it's a
adjust that.
month.
It is not.
No, it's a month for cleaning or something. I don't even know where.
Oh
the
wait,
cleaning
it was a
is, but-
day for. Is that what it was? It was a day for like roll down, or for roll down, and then like 30 days for cleaning.
Yeah, well, for roll down, we varied it based on what the weather was like. Like if you're in summer, yeah, a day usually you'll be fine. But like in the dead of winter, then we increase it. I think the most we increase it to is like 4 or 5 days.
I gotcha. Yeah, I always saw like the 30 days, and I was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is said, where that number came from or anything like that, but it's one of those things that gets spread around. So it's like, okay, that's
What is
what
here?
this is then.
I was trying to find my 35, and for the life of me, everything was looking like 20 and 5. But I found it, I think. I think we're good to go. This is fun. This is like just being on the phone while I'm tinting. Except
Yeah, it's almost
there's-
exactly the same.
There's multiple people, live streams, and all types of craziness going on in the background. Oh my god! I just need to shoot that thing. Why is everybody calling now?
Oh, okay, guys, what the
Oh,
heck?
this is front
Thank
doors.
you. Best.
Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you?
Seeing streams like this, these are much more entertaining.
Yes. Okay, sure. I think I might be able to get you in a little bit sooner too, if that works. Do you want to do 2:30? Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text you a link to our website, and I'll just add the details. So you're just gonna leave a deposit. It's a $40 deposit, but it goes straight towards the balance of the job. And once I have that, you'll be all locked in for 2:30 on Monday.
Great, thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Bye. See?
Great.
That's super easy.
Isaac would like to know how the workhorse is working out so far.
The workhorse, it's pretty good. It's pretty. No, it's actually really good for the price. It's good that you guys are here too, because I mean, Rick has a graph tech, and I'm very familiar with using graph techs. So I know a lot of the features that you're missing now, and it's just comparing the two together. I want to do a video on it. Plotters are real funny, but it's good enough. It'll get you by, but it comes with some quirks that you're better off with a better plotter. But not everybody has $5,000 to throw at a machine, and this thing being what, like $1,600? I mean, it'll definitely get the job done. I think it's more than good enough. Let me send a deposit link. Here is the deposit link for the front doors on RAM for Monday at what time? What time did I say? 2:30? 2:30. I have to do a windshield still. I've
Yes.
turned away like an hour of time. This is the problem with trying to handle everything yourself. Here's the thing.
So
There we go.
they would
That's
like to
taken care
know
of.
your thoughts on Travis Scott.
What happened? I saw thumbnails. I have no idea what happened though. But as far as the plotter real quick goes, it is working out, and it does its thing. But like the rollers aren't quite as rolly. The things that I think annoy me the most is like, so these things just aren't as spinny, but they work. But the roller positions too are super terrible. So on a lot of on Graphtex, you have like a roller space that's this wide. So I can fit a 10-inch roll, I can fit a 24, a 20, a 36, and a 40. Well, if I want to put a 36, it's got to go from here to here. if I want to do a 40, I have to do it from here to here. So I'm constantly shifting everything around every which way. And then the other thing is, on a graph tech, it'll measure the sides basically, give you a roll size, and then it'll put the cut head right at the beginning of that. On this one, I have to move this back and forth, and then I have to click enter, and then that sets my origin point. But then it brings up this screen, which is force and speed. So anytime I want to adjust it again, I got to push this submenu and then go back into moving it and then click enter. So you can see really quick how you forget to do that, and then you change all your settings, and then you're ripping through film. So like there's a lot of little quirks to it that make it finicky, and you always have to kind of baby it, whereas a graph tech, there's just not as much of that. So if you want a machine to cut, it'll do it. It'll get the job done. But it was really funny to see the differences between those. Those are little things I wouldn't have thought of without messing with them.
Okay, I'm sorry, Lucas. I sent the email. 8 dead people. Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh. Yeah, I never really, he's a music artist, right?
Yeah, it sounds like he got on stage and then the crowd like rushed forward and all the people in the front were getting crushed against the barriers and some people died.
Oh, that's way different than I thought.
Yeah, it was super sad.
Yeah, that is sad. Wow. Yeah, it sounded like he had something to do with the murders other than being popular.
Well, a lot of people were mad because he didn't stop the show.
Oh, he just kept going?
Well, he came back saying, well, I didn't know whatever was going on was like this serious. Which,
Oh.
I don't know. I guess I could see, but like there's investigations going into it. They'll figure it out, and whoever's responsible, I'm sure they'll handle it. But
Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I just saw like the Philly D thumbnail. That's all I remember. I didn't look into it though.
oh man, another one died this morning, so now the death toll's up to 9. That's awful.
Damn.
So back to tint.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know what's the fastest you can tint a whole car?
Like an hour was really where, like a car like this, the sides and the back was generally like if I was really pushing myself, I could do like an hour or just inside of an hour. And that was like, you know, trying to still keep some type of quality control and just keep moving. I didn't like to go faster than an hour though. That was always like, if we had late appointments in the day, somebody wants their car done at 4 and then another one shows up at 5, right? And they both got to be done by 6. It's like I'm getting each one of those done inside of an hour, but I'm hustling doing it. It's just, that was hand cutting everything, no extra help, just managing, pulling the cars in and out, getting everything on the car cut and installed. It was generally like an hour.
Danny Boy wants to know where you get your kegs from.
I get them from Sun Distributing. There's so we're doing a keg giveaway. It's super weird that I can't hear chat right now. But thank you for kind of filling in on that. So we're doing a keg giveaway, and this was kind of really impromptu. I joined their live stream on Tuesday, and then they asked about giving mine away because we'd been supposed to have done that a while ago. So we're working on that right now. There is a link to enter the giveaway. The date on when the giveaway is actually going to happen is a little subject to change right now. We were planning on doing that Tuesday, but I found out that I remembered that I shouldn't do that on Tuesday. So it might have to be a little bit different from this next Tuesday, which will also give a little bit of extra time for people to jump in on the giveaway. So there'll be a link in the description, and then there's also a pinned comment that'll take you to sundistributingdirect.com. It'll take you right to the page, but you go to the website, you check out with the keg. It's free to do. Anybody can do it. And then we'll throw some extra Tint Studio goodies in there too.
So Christian would like to know what heat gun you're using.
A little Wagner. So this is the cheapest Wagner that there is. It's kind of just my go-to heat gun. I've used the Porter cable. I like that one a lot, but it was like somewhat. Is it still available? I thought it was like kind of discontinued and picked up by like Craftsman.
Rick?
The Porter cable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was picked up by Craftsman. Porter cable is actually made by Stanley.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
it's not the same, and it's not right anymore.
I was gonna say, I did the comparison and I got the Craftsman one because that was like, I heard a lot of good things about it, and it's like, yeah, that's the Craftsman Porter cable right there. They just bought it, right? Same thing for the light. I have the Harbor Freight light, and then I have the Craftsman version. Turns out they're not the same. They look the same, but they're not the same. So the Craftsman one is a little shorter, and they just put AAA batteries in here, and there's no USB recharge on it. So it's extra dumb. So I bought this thinking I was getting this one, but I just got a much worse light. You also click through it 3 times, where this one you can click it once and then let it sit for like 5 seconds and click it again, it'll shut off. This one you have to cycle through everything every time. It's just like one of those differences. They made it worse.
I tried to source the Harbor Freight one, and I cannot find a source for it. I'm like, you bastards. And I don't feel right going to Harbor Freight, buying them, and then marking them up to sell them. And
Right.
I hope everybody understands that, anything that we sell, we kind of have to have a markup on it, because, if nothing else, taxes. But I also have to pay people to handle it and put it in a box and
stock it.
But the Harbor Freight light is a good light.
Yeah, it's one of the best stick lights that I've ever come across. I used to spend like $80 to $100 on those types of stick lights, and then that one just like came out of the blue for like $30. It does everything and more.
So this guy wants to know, do you consider yourself a pro tinner?
I guess at this point, sure. I do it for a profession. I've never really, I'm a professional window tinner, but at what point did I feel like it? I have no idea. I always feel like I try and do the best that I can, and I make plenty of mistakes trying to even get there, and I still make those mistakes regularly. So I don't have all the answers and I don't know everything, but yeah, I'd consider myself a professional at this point.
They also want to know, what is the best way to clip off a blade?
Oh, Matt, don't answer this one.
The best way is to just throw it on the floor right by all the tires.
No.
These are good questions to ask right now, because I may have had a habit of doing that at Rick's shop.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't like it, but Mary would just lose her shit. Good times.
There's
it's
those.
not a good idea to throw your blades on the floor.
Especially when a shop invests like $5,000 in doing brand new epoxy floors and just looks at them all day, and then you just like, yeah, sure, let's just. I would never do. See, the thing is, it's a hard to break thing, because I would never do it intentionally on purpose. There's just so many of those things where it's just like you got a day to keep up with, and then you're tinting at other places, and then tinting there, and then between tinting somewhere else and tinting there was always different. It was always like hand
Oh,
cutting everything on the car, and then plotter everything on glass boards.
the best way to snap off your blade, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but the knife comes with a snapper on it. The snapper comes out, and it's got a little. Let me figure out how to get back in front of the camera again. It's got a little slit in it. That slit is made just for the blade. Oh, Brittany's helping too. And so you click the. Now don't snap that. But you put that in there.
Snap it
and
on the
let's
floor.
see if
Do
she
it.
can focus. She's just gonna snap it on her desk.
It's fine.
But it allows you to control your snaps. So I am a personal believer that you should always have strategically placed trash cans because you're going to work and walk the same path all day long. Typically, if you're in a shop, or if you're in your garage, and if you happen to go over to a customer's house, if you're mobile or whatever, or someplace else, having a garbage nearby, but just step over to the garbage, reach down towards the garbage and snap it off, and you'll never have those on the floor. A lot of times, people are like, I don't know what the big deal is, but I've seen more than once in my career, people just get lucky, I guess, and the tire kicks the blade up just right. When you snap off like 3 or 4 clicks at a time because you just cut a top edge of a window and you need to cut past that or snap past that. And unfortunately, I've seen tires go flat because of it, and back when I used to work for Matt's dad,
Everybody worked
I
for my
did
dad.
that to a car. Well, I didn't technically work for your dad. I worked for his partner, but when he came in the
True.
shop, he thought that he owned me.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
there's
I did set him straight one day, but it's like, you can talk to those guys like that. You're not talking to me like that. If I leave, you don't have a tinner. Don't forget
There's-
He's like,
that.
listen, man, I'm as old as you are.
There's so
No.
like people don't understand. People like chat doesn't really know the history that's here right now. So it's like so up in the corner, where can I do? Hey, look, there's Rick and there's Brittany. There's Sun Distributing, still associated on some level with Tint Squad. And Tint Squad was the mobile company that you guys hear me talk a lot about when I was doing mobile work. So I would run around to a bunch of different places. That's where it all kind of started. Was Rick was tinting for a company called Cartoons, but before that, my dad owned a company called Ameristar along with his business partner, and there's a lot of people in this area, in this like Michigan area, that worked with my dad on some level, or worked for him indirectly,
Yeah.
or with them, and there's so many like stories here.
In fact, the way that I got started doing what I'm doing, because before Tint Squad started, I actually worked for another company. I got swindled. My advice, if somebody wants to partner up with somebody, is don't, because it never seems to pan out for both parties, and being on the losing side just sucks ass. Matt, you need your phone answerer today.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Dude, I don't even know how I'm getting so many right now. It hasn't been ringing like this all day, and people come in herds.
So,
Hello,
Rick,
Tint Studio. How can I help you?
Yeah,
Brad would like to know, Detroit Tint Studio Red Dot Wraps coming soon?
possibly.
No,
We're
it's
gonna
not.
work on that.
The website's a little off of what's actually available. We don't open till 10, so I still have to change that. I saw what you left the deposit. I can switch it though to 2:30 on Monday though. I'm sorry. I wish I could get you in earlier. We just don't open till then. Alrighty. Well, Monday will still work? Okay, cool.
Matt gets out of bed for no one.
No, Saturday is usually books up a little bit farther in advance, so I'll have that booked up usually at the beginning of the week. Okay, cool. I will see you then. All right, no problem. Bye. I wake
So
up
we
for
have a
nobody.
comment.
It gets tough.
You-
I tried to do 9 a.m. I've done 9 a.m. for years, and it's just like there's the problem too is like appointments. It's like you open at 9, but you got to be there even earlier because other people get there even earlier. So then you have to like open
yeah, for
up,
sure.
turn the heat on, and then there's always like sometimes I'll drop orders off first thing in the morning too. So there's just like 50 little things that I got to do, and then crawl my happy ass out the door, and then it just
Oh,
So they said that you'll stop dropping them on the floor when one gets into your knee or foot.
I've had that
And
happen
then
too.
That's impossible.
we had a question that I think both of you could probably give different perspective on, but it's what's something you wish you knew when you first started window tinting?
Oh,
How hard it was on the body.
yeah, that's a good one.
I squeezed triggers for way too many years. And so when it first gets really cold, like, I mean, I don't mean cold overnight. I mean cold overnight during the day, through on. I get this like tendonitis that, I mean, I did remote starts and alarms for a lot of years also. So that probably played a factor. But your joints and stuff are susceptible, and that's another reason that I'm big on a pressure sprayer and not just the tint kegs, but if you're gonna tint windows, put down those trigger sprayers. At least get you a Poly 2, or you can go to Home Depot or whatever and just get one of those little garden sprayers.
The Zep
Or-
sprayer.
Ones.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, not the Zep. But yeah, everybody uses those trigger. Like, there's a lot of old school guys that still use trigger sprayers. I never liked those anyways. I started with the Poly 2s. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. They're taking a happy song and they're ruining it. VIP smoke and vape. Good God, man. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Good, how are you?
Matt's got a great customer service voice.
See, that's why I could never answer phones on stream, though, is because you can hear my voice and see what my
Oh,
face
okay. I'm
does.
sorry. My guy didn't get back to you then. Just the front two and the windshield. The front two would start at 100 and the full windshield would be 150. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have a 20% factory tint on that. It's a really common thing to do. So we'll pretty often do front doors to match the back. That'd be a 20%, and then we'll do a little lighter shade on the windshield. Yeah, it'll be 20%. No, I'm all booked up through Thursday, actually, at this point. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, Facebook is a little hard to get back to sometimes. We miss some of those. Yeah, texting this number or calling it is the best way. But we try and get to everything. All right. Okay, sounds good. No problem. You have a good one. Good God.
Good,
I'm
good
I'm s-
times.
I'm so over answering phone calls.
So,
It's like-
Matt, what do you wish you knew when you first started tinning?
I wish I knew a faster way to answer the phones. I don't. It's a. I don't really have a great answer for it right now. There's probably something that'll come to me as I go. It's just you're always learning stuff as you keep going. I guess one of the most interesting things was being able to run a shop kind of not as a shop. And I don't think that's going to be easy for everybody, but I kind of wish I had this start a lot sooner. Focus on branding yourself rather than the businesses that you're with if you want to go independent. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do to pay the bills, but kind of maybe have a more clear goal in the beginning of what you want to do, and then figure out how to accommodate that as best as you can, and not, like, I don't know, put yourself in positions that are going to keep you from it. I don't know if that makes
Right.
a lot of sense.
Yeah, figure out what your end game is early so
Yeah.
you can work towards it.
Because it's like there's people that'll start with, you know, with mobile tinting, but their goal is to get a shop. And it's really tough to do. You know, you are building up clients, but like we were doing, running around for other companies and stuff like that, and then trying to build Tint Squad on the side. And then one of the biggest things was like, well, Cartoons is still pulling in work. They're building up Cartoons branding, right? And then we don't have any way to funnel those people over to Tint Squad either. I mean, there were some reasons that we didn't want to later on, but it was really hard to try and get both of those things going at the same time.
Right.
But then we kind of learned that you can run a tint business, I think, any number of ways, so that's super fun. Let me get this over here. My shop's still a mess. I'm still in, like, redoing the showroom mode, so I'm looking for, like, a soak rope, and I don't even know where it is.
So someone says you need to hire one of those answering services and give them an FAQ doc with your most commonly asked questions and rates. Then any other requests are sent to you via a message.
That sounds interesting. A customer asked me why I didn't do that. I don't know. I've never looked into it.
I don't know. There's a guy near us who has an answering service that answers his phone. But they don't answer questions. All they do is take your contact information and pass it on to him. And we've had a lot of customers come to us, like, really angry about it.
Yeah, because it's like when somebody calls you, it's like it's a shortcut to getting to you. And it, like, just to get your question, like, there's a lot of people that also, like, just don't like calling at all, me included. Like, I just don't like calling a lot of places. So texting or whatever is usually a little bit easier, but it slows me down because then you got to sit there and, like, type out the message. So that's
Right.
never fun either.
I don't know. I feel like at minimum, if anyone's going to be answering your phone, they should be able to answer basic questions. Because some people, that's all they're calling for. And to have to leave a message to then hopefully be available when you call back, I can see where that would be frustrating to them if all they wanted was a quick price quote or a quick question answered or something like that.
Yeah, that doesn't help out at all. That just gives you a list of stuff you have to do where you could have just periodically got it done through the day. Like, it doesn't save you any time. I'm having a hell of a time trying to figure out how to do this tucking right here, because this rope, I think, is just a little bit too big here. This is really annoying.
Is it okay to start in your own garage and then take off from there? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it
A
is.
lot of people get that start.
Yeah. I think a lot of businesses got started because they just tinted for friends and family, and then next thing they know, they have friends of family and any number of people that are like, oh, he's a tint guy now, and then they're just like, okay, and just open up a shop. Like, it just kind of snowballs. There was no planning there, but yeah, you can definitely open up in your own garage, which is one thing that I did first when I was starting the studio space. Was I didn't want a shop. The whole goal was to not be a tint shop. Like,
Too much responsibility.
it is. You guys hear my phone ringing nonstop. It's just like I got other things that I have to do, and it's not like that all the time. So I have to manage in between, like, doing that and trying to, like, incorporate it with the stream. It's just there's a lot of moving parts here, and it gets really frustrating sometimes. So with running a shop, I still got to take care of customers the way that you think a shop would, right? So there's still some parts of that don't escape you. You know, if somebody's got a window that peels, or somebody's got some speckles that they're concerned about, or they need something redone, I still got to make time and answer phone calls for all that, and then all the general phone calls that I get about like,
Everything.
hey, can I get in for front doors, or how much is this? How much is that? Oh, okay, I'll call you back. And then it's just like, all right, well, that wasted more time.
Right.
You know, another thing that so it's not something I wished I'd have knew when I started, because I didn't see the way I got my start is I worked for a guy. I sold and installed car stereo equipment, and he asked me one day if I wanted to learn to tint. So I already had a job, and in that job I got to learn how to tint. So turns out I was fortunate, and I actually worked for somebody somewhere for 22 years before I actually started working on my own. And hindsight and looking at all the people just getting started, we hear a lot of people talk about how, you know, they just learned how to tint and they did it, you know, and they've always worked for themselves. But I hear a lot of stories because a lot of these guys become my customers and they stop tinting because there's just so much more than what they anticipated. And where I was fortunate, and I think that a lot of new guys could benefit from, is I
Yeah.
got to work for people and see what worked, see what didn't work, see what they were up against, see the
Yep.
day-to-days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Matt had the same benefit. You know, he worked for his dad first, and then he came to work with us, and you know, then he got to see a little closer how frantic it can be, you know, and that told him a lot about what he didn't want to do. And he also got an idea of a lot of headaches behind the scenes. So he was able to kind of, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Just kind of mold it into what would work best for him. So he had a lot of the answers going into it. And same with me, even though there was for 22 years I spent watching people and seeing what was good, what was not good, what worked, what didn't work, what not to waste my money on, all these things. But when you go into business for yourself, if you want to do it right, there's so many things that you don't see until it happens,
Right.
you know. And
Yeah, that was real big. Like it's kind of how I learned how to tint, was watching a lot of different people. I mean, I had some formal training, but a lot of what I do is just kind of pick and choose from everybody that I've watched. So the same thing with this business here is like, there's a lot of a regular tint shop that I don't like. I don't like having to just wait around for somebody to walk in your door. So if I don't have appointments and I have something else to do, I'm locking the door and I'm going to do other stuff. So, but I'm also in a spot that is not inviting to walk-in traffic. So it'll limit me in some ways, but I'd much rather at this point schedule everything farther out, and then I kind of know what my day is going to look like, or organize things so it's not so sporadic. Even then, it
Right.
still is, but it's just, you know, I'm not as concerned with like, okay, I can kind of shut off the world. I can tint a car on stream, and I'm not running back and forth between my showroom as people are walking in and trying to pick out shades or ask other questions, and, you know, they want to find out what they want to find out, but that can all be taken care of at the day of the appointment. It doesn't need to be done, you know, 5 days in advance or whatever.
right. Yeah, and so that's also, you know, on the flip side of that, we have Matt with showing us that tinners don't like to sit around and wait when there's nothing to do, especially if they're just a tinner. You know,
Yeah.
I did for 16 years, I did stereos, alarms, remote starts, sunroofs, auto glass, everything, you know, from the tires up. And I learned that when I was able to call myself just a tinner and stop doing all that other crap, it was the best move I ever made. But it did bring in the dynamic of when there's nothing else to do, there's nothing else to do, and it's kind of hard to sit there.
Mm-hmm.
We went with a different dynamic when we opened our tent shop, and our tent shop, we put it on a main street, and tried to draw walk-in traffic, but we had a counter person. We had somebody whose job was to be there,
Yep.
whose job was to answer the phones, whose job was to get the scheduled appointments, and
Answer
that
the
way
questions and
they could stack the day just right. So, I mean, if the tinner only had a half a day, the tinner only had to work a half a day. And if the tinner left, then we just don't book no more jobs for that day. We schedule them for another day. But if the tinner's still there, or we get a call, a cancellation or a no-show, we have somebody up front trying to grind and pull somebody in to fill a spot. Or if the tinner comes in and we only have, a job booked at 9 and 11 and 1, they have until 3 to book a 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
and then a 5 o'clock. So yeah, it really sucks. But one of the best pieces of advice I could give to somebody new is go work for somebody. And you're not going to start, at the top if you're not that good at it, but you're going to gain so much stuff that's going to make this a career for you. And when you get to the point where you're confident and you can tint windows, ask yourself before you go out on your own if you're ready. If that employer isn't paying you to the scale that you've evolved to, any tint shop will hire you. And so go find a tint shop that'll pay you what you're worth if your boss isn't willing to flex as you grow. Your pay needs to grow with you. And stay until you know all the ins and outs and pay attention to what's going on up front. Pay attention to what you're in for so you can do like Matt did and design your own future. Because if you start, I see so many mistakes happening from new guys, like the biggest mistake is, they start tinting and they give everybody their phone number. Next thing you know, they're making business cards with their cell phone number on it. And that's an easy one, actually. Google makes it possible. You don't have to do that, and you don't have to worry about an added expense because it's free.
Yeah.
You can get a business phone number for free, and you can answer it with your cell phone, and you can set hours and turn it on and off, and you can text with it, and you can all the things that you do with your cell phone. And you got a totally separate number that's disconnected from the business, because the last thing you want to do is wake up in the morning to a bunch of missed calls or text messages that you wasn't there when you went to sleep, and now your phone's all jacked up, or you're out to dinner, you're not working, you're doing your thing, and your phone rings, and you look and you don't recognize the number. The other problem is, so you either set your voicemail up as a business on your personal phone, which there's better ways to do it, or you have a business number that has business hours. And I'm not sure if Google, maybe Matt can answer this, but we have on ours, we have a VoIP system for our phones. So it's basically the same thing. It's just got steroids. And it allows us to set 2 different messages. So if we don't answer the phone during the day, it lets the customer know that we're busy, and we'll get back to them as soon as we can. If we don't answer after hours, it lets them know that we're closed. It tells them our hours, and still allows them to leave a voicemail. But there's a lot of benefits, and with Google Voice, it's free.
Okay, so we have a few questions. One person asked, how does taxes look for a tint shop like yours? Taxes are something that are going to vary based on where you are. So I don't know how much light any of us can really shed depending on where you are, because it's going to change.
Yeah, taxes are always scary, but something you got to keep in mind. That's really dependent on like where you are and
Find yourself a really good accountant. Find yourself a good accountant.
There's a way to ninja a lot of expenses out different ways, and so it doesn't, so you're only paying yourself what you need to and whatnot, and work with somebody else that knows those ins and outs, because those rules are always changing too. It's like hiring a professional to do a good tint job. It's like tax people, they know how to save people money, and then they get paid better.
Yeah, so, they cost a lot of money, but they're worth it, just like a good tinner.
So somebody wants to know, do you do commercial or residential?
No, I don't. It's never been a priority because I can't pull it in a garage. I think it's a really good avenue to pursue, and I was curious until, like, I always thought there was a lot more to getting into it, but some helpful things that I heard was like direct from like Patrick, who learned with, like, he worked with primarily a flat glass company, but he was doing their auto work. But then they brought in, or they would send him out to go help out with flat glass occasionally. So he learned the ropes. He knew how to do it. And then he started offering it because now he knew how to do it. And then it was just like, it was offering it to people primarily that were already clients of his. Because if they have a car, chances are they also have a place that they live. So it was a really good way to, like, kind of work yourself into doing flat glass without a lot of advertising, I guess, on top of it. And then an interesting thing that he told me was it seems like it's a lot easier to find flat glass people than it is auto people. I don't know if that's for everybody, but he was taking flat glass jobs and just kind of like found a pool of people that were willing to go out and do them. And then it's just like, yeah, whoever's the first person that can get out to this one can have the job. So it was like he's starting to scale up flat glass with still doing his mobile tinting, and he's not the guy that has to go out and always do it. But,
so, any tips for starting a tint shop, but I don't have a garage or shop for cars inside?
yeah, it's back to what Rick was talking about. It's like figuring out how to, like, either, I guess working for somebody isn't necessarily just going to help you out, but like if you need to learn the ropes, that's one way to do it, is go find a shop that's willing to hire you and try and learn that way. And then another thing is the whole business model that we were doing is just mobile tinting. If you already know how to tint and you're trying to start your own place, go tint like at other places and try and at least get started that way. Because
go shake hands with some like glass companies and stuff in your area.
Yeah, especially glass companies and whatnot, like all those associated businesses, they have clients already and they don't have tinters, and they would absolutely love, like, you're bringing in a service to them that they will very much appreciate as long as you're available to handle it. So
right, and one thing that I've noticed too is, like, even with places that maybe they already have a tinter right now, it's still a good idea to go in, take a business card, introduce yourself, because if there's a time where they're in a time crunch and their tinter can't get to it, they'll start calling.
Yeah, they will. There's
and then from there, if your work is better, that'll speak for itself, and they'll be more inclined to call you again in the future.
Yep, that would happen to us here and there too. I remember with, like, I think it was Auto Truck and Accessories, they had a guy that would occasionally come in and swoop out some of the work, but like he was only working occasionally because he had other problems going on, like I think health problems at the time. So there's a whole bunch of like places that you can just like fish around and just let them know that you're looking for work. And man, there's far more places that are looking for tinters, and they might not be able to hire you full time, but that's where this whole, like, we really figured out a good way to handle mobile, and that was just like giving people particular days or half days, just having them funnel everything to a particular time and date, and not so sporadic. So you could give one shop Tuesday, one shop Friday, and as they prove themselves, you give them more availability, because all you're trying to do is book up your day. So, and then with that comes a little bit more flexibility in your own schedule to go pursue your own thing, because now you have money coming in that you can put towards a shop and then start advertising your own business like you're doing a mobile service almost. So then you have certain hours that are available for you to handle your own clients, and then maybe hire a counter person to up your hours, and then next thing you know, you got one foot in one door, one foot in the other, and as soon as that other one starts to really pay for itself, you can make the jump.
Right.
Well, it's always based on demand. We try and get everybody in as soon as we can. So as that schedule starts to pile up, there's only so much you can do. I can only do so many cars in a day. So it's just first come, first serve. Farther months out just means that, yeah, they've got a lot of cars, a lot of people to service, so they don't want to schedule everybody months out. That just means they could hire 5 extra other people, but they just can't find people, or they don't have the space to accommodate it at that time. So you just go one at a time, get them in as soon as you can. And then my advice to a lot of people starting out too is deposits have been a really positive thing for me. So when people call around to 50 other shops and then you're the one that can get them in sooner, well, they'll go with you, but they'll sometimes still be calling around to other places. And then next thing you know, you'll have 5 appointments booked and nobody shows up, and you're sitting there scratching your head like, what, did I do something wrong? Oh, it's just catering to impulsive people is really hard. So taking deposits on that, you know, especially when they're a month out, means that you have a guaranteed, near guaranteed appointment at that point. Or you have free money. Yep, just that it is a non-refundable deposit. Somebody booked with you like a month in advance. And shoot, I just was super apprehensive about even taking deposits, but I did it because I felt I had to. And so I just set it at $40. And I've just left it at 40. I think I could raise it to half or even more if I wanted to, but I've just left it where it's at. I could absolutely raise that up to protect myself a little bit more, ensure that somebody's going to come in. But even with that, $40, that like, people don't want to let go of that. So I don't even hardly call to see where somebody's at until their appointment's done. It's just like I'm kind of standing here. I'm supposed to have a 10 o'clock. Oh, they're 5 minutes early. More often than not, they're here earlier than later. I'd imagine that one you can just get a bulldozer through. I don't know if I've seen the 2021 Accord, but we did a Civic. I'd have to see it, but I'd imagine it's just something you could handle with a bulldozer. So just slide the film bulldozer, you'd be good. We're doing something a little different today. Like I left Sun Distributing on in the corner. Oh, Rick took off. That's great. So I haven't really been able to like stream with other people, and they had this like freeform stream going today, and we were talking about live streaming or doing a tank giveaway, and then we finally like said okay to do that. Like we were like, yeah, sure, we could do that on Tuesday, and then now it's Friday, and we hadn't really announced it or set it up. So I'm like, okay, I have a windshield coming in. I guess I can stream that, and then I just started, and we're trying to figure out some technical things. So I think this whole idea of being able to like have some extra people on your stream here and there, just to have like those discussions, because all these things, different perspectives on running a business, on taking deposits, on anything and everything tint and associated with it, is just having all these perspectives. That's how I really got started and figured out how I wanted to start this business and how I actually got it to kind of work out to the point where it's self-sustaining. So that's great. So I can keep doing it. It's tough, but there's yeah, it's fun. It's fun to have them on. Where did Rick go? He just took off? Oh, okay. But yeah, we're not, like running this whole thing. Oh, go ahead. You make more money tinning than owning the shop. And they don't, it's hard to even, I'll tell you, it's hard to even list them all because you list them and you're like, that doesn't sound like that's expensive. And the next thing you know, there's like, no. And next thing you know, you're like, you brought in 20 grand and then 30 grand went out and you're like, what the hell happened? And that's just like, that number could be any scale. So with owning a shop, I mean, I have the obvious things of the shop overhead, heat, internet, and then it's like, oh yeah, what else on top of that? It's just like, well, okay, I got film costs. I got to keep that in mind. I got to keep things on order. I have supplies. I have, investment into like stuff for the showroom. I have streaming gear. That's me. If you want to bring in a plotter, then you have plotter software to attach to it. And then you have like just any number of tools. And then when you have employees, it's like you pay your employees, and then often you pay a company to pay your employees then, so that costs more money. And there's all these little things that just like suck out money. Ooh, I'm gonna let you do that one and then I'll follow up. Unless you have an idea already. Because I just remember something you said, like when we were doing that class, like, do you talk a little bit about when you started Tint Squad, in the very beginning, it's different than what it is now. So there was like some pricing things early on. I think you guys sold yourself, like you felt you sold yourself like a little bit short when you started taking appointments there or something? Or you found that out later? Yeah. Right. Yeah. They're muted? How do you not? What happened? I didn't change anything. Wow, I happened to pop back over here and all of a sudden you guys are muted. No. I was tinting a car. I had no control over this at all. Let me... Well, it's pasting the link right in there, and then I don't know if I have to, like, here, let me... Yeah. I'm trying to bring their audio back to what happened. Well, I guess they're just signed off for today, guys. I'm going to remove you as a source and just add you back. Maybe I can browser... oh, there. Wait. Well, the window's there, but I don't know why the audio would have disappeared then. But there's no, I got no audio bar. It was fine up to the last few minutes. Dang. That's, I don't know. I'm trying to bring their audio back. They're still up in the corner. But I did finish the windshield, so that's good. Yeah, because literally all I can do is like add your source back, and then I don't see the bar moving. But I don't think you guys would have done anything either, right?
On our side, and I had to
Oh,
re-add
it's back now.
Oh, it's
him
back?
in there.
I just kept removing it and adding it back. I don't know. It's back now.
Okay. So, yeah, finishing the question. Yeah.
Stop
so,
blaming me for stuff, Brittany.
Well, stop breaking stuff.
I didn't break it this time.
But yeah, I don't know. I made
stuff.
connections with some other installers in my area and kind of figured out where they were going with pricing and what their thought process was behind pricing jobs, and then took into effect the fact that all of them are way more experienced than I am. You know, and kind of made the decision that was best for us in that. You know, but the last question we had is how much % of what you make do you save?
Who,
I don't
me?
have that number.
Either
I
of you.
am very irresponsible when it comes to that. I just,
It's
you know,
like-
I mean, when I need more, I make more. You know, honestly, when you've been in this game long enough, you should be basically a money printing factory.
Yeah.
There is a way to create revenue, and your experience gives you those different ways. Just because today this is my avenue, sometimes I do other things. Like right now, I would put my foot down with Brittany's mother on this flat glass work, except Uncle Sam keeps holding his frickin' hand out, and we need more money. And then Mary wants to lift her Jeep, and we need more money. So she'll go sell a house tint job for $3,000, and I'll go out there one afternoon and do it, and she doesn't pay me, and then boom, stuff gets paid.
She has a
You
lift.
know, she has a lift.
It's how I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. It's one of those things where it's like you can try and calculate it all, but you kind of have this mental note of money that's coming in, and then all of a sudden that amount of money is then going out for whatever else that you want it to cover, and then when you need to make money, then all of a sudden it's just like, and then it's there.
So
Right.
if you want the correct answer as to what you should put away 30%. That is what you should put away. And what that's going to do for you, especially if you're not making estimated tax payments, it's going to give you the money that you need to make your tax payment. It's also going to get, one thing that I learned a while back is that I need X amount of dollars to get me through the winter. And you guys are probably seeing a lot of the posts right now. You know, what do you guys do to bring extra business in the winter? And you see some people, they're like, I just work less. And other people are like, oh, I do remote starts, I do this. And, you know, if you increase too much in the wintertime to satisfy a need, then come spring, when the money's there, you find yourself scattered trying to produce it. So my first year doing this, I set aside to go into December, I needed $5,000. And I went into December with $5,000, and I comfortably made it out of the winter season broke. But I was broke coming out, and I was, thank God, income tax started rolling. And so the following year, I went into winter with $10,000, and I lived comfortably through the winter. I didn't worry about work. My bills were paid, and I still had a little bit of cushion left when I came into remote start.
Tax season?
Tax season. And so basically look at what your bills are. And you're going to need at least 2 months, if not 3 months, worth of bills. And don't forget, you got to eat and stuff. And keep in mind, you're still going to make money through the winter. You're just not going to make what you're used to making. So you have to offset that.
Yep.
So that 30% will also go to that. So that'll give you your tax money, your cushion money, and whatever's left, just keep it in savings. Let that shit build up. Get a second bank account to leave it in.
It'll be busier in the warmer weather. It'll slow down some in the winter, and in the beginning it'll be a little scary, but when you get a little bit more used to it, like take advantage of it too, because man, there'll be so many things that you think of to do when it's busier and you're making some money and you're like super happy, and then all of a sudden it'll like
Yeah.
slow way down and you feel like you have a horrible business and like what am I doing wrong? I'm not getting anything. Where last week I had a bunch of cars. Like it's just this business is so up and down where my phone will sit here dead for a couple days at a time, and then all of a sudden, within a span of 3 hours, it's ringing nonstop while I'm trying to stream, and I'm just like, I can't find enough spots for the people that want it now. So,
But we
like,
were just talking earlier in the week or over the weekend. I don't know, last week. We were just talking about how you've been having like nothing, like it's been eerily dead.
yeah,
But
yep.
then today, look at your phone. You know, it's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, a big part of that was just like it was a combo of slow to like non-existent appointments, and then I decided to take on doing the showroom, and it's just like this feels like the perfect time to probably take that on finally and get it done, because once it starts getting busy again, I'm never gonna touch it. So
Well, and
it,
that's the other perfect example of why you put money away. See, Matt's smart. He puts cushion money away too, because you would never redo your showroom if you're needing the money you're making and then you start making less money. So now you got time to do stuff, but you're like, I don't have money to do it. So again, that 30%, you know, and that's a good number and you can adjust it from there, but 30% I can promise you is going to cover your taxes and it's going to cover your cushion in the wintertime. And then if you decide you want it to be more, start adding more to it, because the bottom line is you don't want to make $200,000 a year. You can make $200,000 a year being a tinner. That's great money. But Uncle Sam's going to take 60,000 of that if you make 200,000 a year. So you dump it into your business, invest in yourself,
yep.
and don't make 200,000 a year. Figure out what you need to live comfortably. You know, you want to be able to afford a car payment, you want to be able to afford a house payment, you want to have a cell phone, and you want to buy enough groceries or eat out or those things that you want to do. For me, that's about $60,000 a year. It's not that much money. Anything else goes into the business. And then it's not that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Get creative with it, and then even if it's not just money related, like teach yourself another skill. Like seriously, learn how to market, learn how to do Facebook and whatever, and Google advertising. Like there's so many things that you can do without a car in your bay, or just take those pictures that you took during the summertime and then figure out how to turn them into advertising, and like teach yourself some skills to then make it busier, because all that stuff you're not going to teach yourself when it's slow, or like when it's busy. You just don't have time to do it. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
pick
where
up
any number of these things, like all last winter, along with having the baby, it's like there's all the studio stuff that we managed to do, like, and then I was learning about lighting and learning about streaming and then adding this and that, and it's just like there's so many creative things that we can now bring to the stream, where if it was just all busy all day, I don't have time to look into much of it at all.
for sure.
But
Brittany, Griffin Concept said that he sent us an email.
He did.
Did you get it?
I did.
Okay, because I didn't see it, so I wasn't for positive.
Is my screen share on? Can you see it?
I'm not looking at your screen. Hold on. So demanding.
Push. It's cool. So he took Tint Studio and put, I'm going to guess, Matt, that's your phone number on it, and it's on top of carbon fiber.
Oh, I love
What's
that.
that?
That's nice.
what do you guys bring
This
it
is
on
the
screen?
red dot wrap.
Where? Do you guys bring it on screen or no?
No, I can real quick. I think.
Oh, okay. I was bopping you guys back and forth looking for it.
Yeah, let me hold on a second.
Is there a square with forehead imprinted? Yes. Or there's a square with lines. These little squiggles. Yep. That's the GoPro branding right there. Just
Right on your face.
Yep. Every time I wear that headband, it just works itself into
Oh,
there.
wait a minute.
So
I
that's what that
forgot. We
is.
were the whole concept of this screen thing was
So you could
Brittany, put that back up.
yeah.
Okay, here.
This was a whole big thing. Oh, I gotta make it bigger. How do we make? I'm just gonna make your whole screen bigger. Oh, I like the logo take too. It's Tint Studio, but in like a scripty font.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
that's legit.
Yeah, that looks really good.
All right, man. Do us some Sun Distributing ones, man. Don't. I mean, I'm
Well,
feeling
he
so.
said to he said to send our logo and stuff, so I was waiting to do that.
The only
for a
thing I
time
want
where
to
I
change
wasn't as
out is
busy.
like the phone number, but I don't. Maybe like DetroitTintStudio.com or something. I like that. That looks really
Oh
cool.
yeah. Keep in mind, Matt is a little irritated with all the phone calls today, so we don't need the fucking phone number on it.
Not really even.
We'll be having all the tinters calling.
It's like the phone number is like one thing, but it's like I don't even know. It's having like a social tag instead of a phone number. I always feel is better.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, if you have your website or some link to get to you socially, it's just so much better.
Yeah, it's
It's
when
so
it's
much.
whatever communication route that people find you at, that's what they stick with, and like that's where it gets hard to message people back on like Facebook Business now. Like if they reach out to the business page, it's like people are messaging you here, 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 and here, and it's like you just want a way to funnel them all to one thing. So that's where it's like the phone number, text that seems to get priority. Because I always just butt into my life, but the like, I don't know, just like a broader thing though for something like that, because it's more just like for show. I don't know if I'd hand a
Well,
What's your
customer a
website?
knife.
Is it
But
DetroitTintStudio.com?
Yep.
Well, this is Brittany. This is for Red Dots. So it's my tint
Does he
stuff.
want my tint stuff?
Probably.
No. Dang. See, I never knew how to do that either. That's another question.
So I would
So
leave
the
Tint
Detroit Tint
Studio
Studio
the way it is on
was
there.
never the Detroit Tint Studio was never supposed to be. It was supposed to be like Tint Studio for like social, and then Detroit Tint Studio was just like the official business. But then I never turned it into like a separate logo or anything like that. And so I never split it. So it's like everything is just kind of Detroit Tint Studio except for my Detroit Tint Studio. DetroitTintStudio.com is the business website, and then my tint stuff is the product website. So I don't know. I don't know. I always wanted to change my tintstuff.com to a different domain. So I don't have any good answers.
All right,
should
I want
probably
to know
tell
who
this
owns
guy.
the domain. Who owns the domain tintstudio.com?
Tint Studio? Oh, I think it's somebody's actual tint business.
So if this is kind of what it looks like. Go window capture. Yes, this one.
I should call this guy quick.
So this is the website.
Yeah, that's it.
So
The expired flash.
it's obviously not being updated and used, and
It might still be used, but yeah, it's definitely not updated. Maybe I should contact them.
that'd be worth your time probably.
And then
It'll
like
cost you
tint stuff.
premium, but
Yeah, and then tintstuff.com. That was another funny one that goes to like an Arizona tinting company. Where is
you're not
my
the only creative one. But I bet you they don't have a mustache. God, I miss your mustache.
Yeah, the mustache was legendary until you cast it to the side like trash.
It's just I don't know. It just seemed kind of cheesy.
It was iconic.
It became
Well, it wasn't
iconic.
cheesy when you came up with it. When you came up with it, you thought you were a genius.
Well, it was
Then
fun.
you
It was just supposed to be a
and
fun
then
video, and then it turned into like the logo. But what I never liked was that it was so detached from like anything that was what I do. It was just like tint stuff with a mustache.
Oh, you were mad that you couldn't grow such a majestic mustache.
That too. It's super scraggly. It's just yeah, it doesn't work.
so now you see that mustache like everywhere.
I think it's like it's a fun thing that you could do as like a sticker or whatnot, but I think too much about all of this stuff.
So, do you want me to have him put my tint stuff on it?
If I make
Leave
the
Tint
decision,
Studio there
if I have to
because
make, if I have to make a decision, just put Detroit. So I would just put Detroit Tint Studio on it. I think that's probably good enough. Because everything is just kind of Detroit Tint Studio. So if these are like stickers that can be on the site or something, it just depends on what it's being used for. If it's just something that I'm gonna have, I don't know. 58676.
wow, they even have a fax number. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have a fax number, but
Hey, this is a map from the Tint Studio. Hey, your car is all set. Oh shoot. We close about 5 o'clock, so yeah. Is there any way I could take a credit card then over the phone? Like a credit card number over the phone? Oh, I can't leave the keys in the car without payment.
Hey, Rick.
yeah.
Do you have any
Okay.
advice on tinting around a state inspection sticker on a front windshield?
No, we don't have state inspection stickers in Michigan.
Yeah.
My advice is move to Michigan, come to work for me. I'll teach you all the things.
Yeah, we're lucky we don't have state inspections. Those are nice. We still have annoying tint laws, but
Oh, Paul's still in the chat. Paul. Yeah, I can send Matt's logo to you. And also, what is your preferred file type for the logos?
I'm going to guess EPS or AI.
are you asking me?
Yeah, I just want to make sure before I send them to him.
Oh, asking him.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I don't know any of that. I know kind
And
of what they are.
he would like to know how many decals we would need initially.
It's too many things. I'm not
Well, I'm
ready for
thinking
this.
100 probably isn't going to take up much space on the vinyl.
Are they gonna
Paul,
fit?
let us know what
Like-
the MOQ is going to be.
Like, so they're gonna like wrap around and like half fit the grooves on the back, because it's like a full knife wrap. Get what I'm saying? Like this side, and then they go around and then fit that.
Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be
I mean,
cool.
it looks like
That
it
sounds
won't.
fun. I like that idea a lot. I think a lot of people would use them.
Yeah, I
Or
think
they
it'd be
make really
super-
fun
it's gonna be
things
super
to
cool.
give away, and they're not tough to do. It's
Right,
just-
not like outrageously expensive or anything, like a whole keg.
yeah, if somebody's got a machine already to do all this, like they can go ham. I've got a plotter, but I don't have the printer to handle that,
AI or APS, okay.
and I don't want to spend 20 grand on a printer to do all that.
Hey, look, I guessed right, Brittany.
You did.
You think I did this shit before? That was the other thing. The last guy that I worked for, he wanted me to learn everything. First, he was the guy that sent me to school to learn how to tint, and then he retired somewhere during the. Oh God, Matt's going all fuzzy.
What?
It's fine. Just keep talking.
Yeah, it's not you. It's me. But so, yeah, we stayed friends, and then he came by the shop one day, and I'm like, you know what? You seem like you got too much time and money on your hands. You should open us up a tint shop. And he's like, okay. And I went in thinking that we were going to be partners. I left a job that paid really well. I had a 401k, I had full health insurance and everything, to take a pay cut to
Not have
partner up with
benefits.
this guy. And it wasn't. Yes, he says it wraps all the way around, Matt. It wasn't.
Nice.
But he bought my first plotter, so that was cool. And so in '03, I started using a plotter, and we built the business up pretty good. But along the way, he's like, well, we have a plotter, so you need to make stickers on your downtime. I hated that because I would spend all this time weeding these little stickers, and he'd sell them for $5. And I'm like, dude, you fucking kidding me? But anyways, whatever. And so then he goes to fucking SEMA one year, and he comes back and he says, we're going to wrap vehicles. And we get this big old 64-inch Mamaki printer with a new Mamaki plotter with a laser eye in it. And he made, and then he got me Photoshop, and he made me learn all that shit. But I mean, it's done me pretty good through the years because I got to bring it with me here, and then I got to do the same thing to Brittany every time I want to do something new. I tell her to learn it, and it's fun. She likes it. Took me months to get her to start playing with Illustrator though, because she was intimidated. Photoshop was easy. They had the easy buttons. Illustrator, you got to work for those buttons.
Okay, Paul, I went ahead and I sent the logos.
Photoshop is always one of those programs that I like half learned, so I definitely don't use it for all its capabilities. And there's a lot of like simple free or cheap apps that like are starting to kind of make that type of stuff easier. There was one my wife showed me with on iOS that has it's just like you take a picture of a tool or something and then it just cuts it out, and it does it super well, better than I could get Photoshop to do. So instead of sitting there and tracing it all out, you literally just take a picture, slide it, boom, it's done. It does it for cars. It does it, like Brittany would probably appreciate it.
I think we're gonna get us an iPhone.
Just for
No,
taking
seriously.
pictures.
Yeah, we're not
Let me
gonna
show
put it
you.
on a planner or anything.
So I'll try and show you a picture of what it was. Okay, that's not. My wife does it with like she sells like some of like bags and stuff. So like it'll do this, for example. So there's the picture of the bag, but it's like on a white background, so that's a little bit easier for it to do. And then
Right.
it'll just cut the whole thing out like super easily and just make it incredibly clean. And it does it with complicated stuff. She showed me like one with a chain, and it cut out like all the little circles on the majority of the chain.
Nice.
So and then I took a picture of like a couple of cars in here, and there's so much going on in the background, and it managed to just cut out the whole car perfectly, where I would sit on Photoshop and spend 5 minutes trying to cut that whole thing out. So
What's your opinion on electric sprayers?
So the app is, just so you know, before I forget, it's Pixel Cut. There's something you'll never forget.
Pixel cut.
Yeah, write that one down.
That
It's super good.
everybody knows Pixel Cut.
Electric sprayers.
Oh, they have it.
Oh, do they have it on Android too?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
they're smart. Good.
Brittany just landed in heaven.
Good.
Do
Try
they
it out.
have it for the PC, Brittany?
They have it for the PC. Well, it makes sense as a business to just offer it on everything. I didn't find out about it until I had an iPhone. Okay, 1 second.
So electric sprayers,
Hello,
little
Tint
fun
Studio.
fact. There's a lot of people running around
Okay.
putting.
Let me pull up.
we can hear him.
Hey, Matt, we can hear your customer. I think your other mic's on.
Oh no. There we go.
He fixed it.
What?
Gonna broadcast to
Okay,
hundreds
okay,
of people.
watch this. Watch this, okay? So I took a picture of my sticky notes on my desk,
Yes.
okay?
Uh-huh.
And then I slide it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I call bullshit.
That's so cool.
No. The green screen tried to block out your sticky notes, by the way.
Oh, I forgot.
But that is so cool. Oh my God. So like find it for a PC. If they have the app for the PC, oh my God, how freaking massive that will be.
Oh, it'd be stupid. It
So
would be stupid.
back to the electric sprayers. A lot of people are putting them on their tint kegs. One thing that I don't like about the tint keg is it's, you know, if you got a 5-gallon, it's a little top heavy. So I've personally been working on, and actually it's just a matter of funds right now. And electric sprayers are awesome. I have one now. A lot of these guys are doing a 2-gallon a minute pump and just blasting 100 psi. And honestly, I put 100 psi in a keg because I want to have good pressure at the bottom of the keg, like 40-ish psi is like optimal for me. So I've got one. It will run 40 gallons of water on a single charge. It comes with a charger, and it's all self-contained, including the charger. It's got a little pouch for the charger in it. It's got a telescoping handle like luggage would have with wheels under it. So it's amazing, and I've been using it for the last 6 months just to make sure that it's good, and I love the thing. In fact, I don't have it here. It's over at the tint shop because that's what I use on my flat glass jobs. And they're amazing. It's like, it's amazing.
All right, you too. Bye.
What is the tint keg? Rick?
I was having some kind of
I
background
know I'm
issues.
still live. Sorry.
Weird.
You know that thing about wireless headphones, and then you put them down somewhere, and then.
You were over there. Oh, he can't hear us.
The tint keg is a self-contained pressurized sprayer tank.
Okay.
I might be biased, but I think it's one of the better looking ones.
What were we talking about? We were talking about electric sprayers.
How amazing tint kegs are. Matt loves them.
Wait, the electric sprayer, I haven't tried it. I don't know. The idea of a little motor and potentially a little battery running out and then you got to swap them, I don't know if it makes a lot of sense compared to just air pressurized. I think it's just kind of a trade-off that whichever one you feel is better for your circumstances or not. I know when somebody didn't have an air compressor working, that really sucked, so I got just a small tire filler, and I always carried it around me when I was doing mobile, and you can just plug those into cars, so it was really easy to like charge up. But if you forgot to charge a battery, then you're waiting, sitting there for a lithium battery to charge or something like that. So that doesn't sound like fun. So I think you might be better off with just an air pressurized one because you have a lot more redundancy there. Because the motor could fail, an electronic connection could fail, or the battery could be dead. So whereas with the pressurized, the other one is like literally if all you have is like all you need is pressurized air, and then you're good to go. Kind of like this heat gun over here. This one's got like butane, and it's also got a battery. So it's like you could either run out of gas or you could run out of electricity. two points. Not fun. But
So
it
I was
doesn't even
telling
get
him
hot
about
enough.
my little gadget. I don't even think I've showed you my little electric
Are you sure
tank.
you have it? I'm pretty sure he's been here
No,
since you got it.
you never you. I think last I was there, you said we're not gonna get them yet because who was it? Dominic was asking about it,
Yeah.
but I
Dominic
never
was
saw
really
it.
excited.
So you got something? Did I just trash talk electric sprayers and now you have one, so I have to talk positively about it?
Yeah. uh, sorta. So,
Same stance for me.
no, I, no, mine, it has a really efficient pump in it. It's 5 gallons. It'll run 40 gallons before it needs a charge. And it's got a self-contained charger, and you can plug it in. If you run it dead, you can plug it in and run it.
Okay.
And it's got an on-off switch, and it comes with an inline filter and 30-foot of hose, or 50-foot of hose, or 25-foot of hose, whatever you want, because I make them. But it's a big investment. So for the tank and the pump setup and everything,
Yeah.
to get it built the way that I have my prototype built, I got to order like 300 of them. Like, for starters, where do I put 300 of these things?
Yeah, I've seen how much space 100 can take up, especially with the bigger ones. Is there like is it just something that's cool and different, or is there like a specific advantage that these ones have over the air ones?
So the biggest advantage of it's all self-contained. You don't have to have a pump. Aside from that, no, not really an advantage. It is a lot lighter. Now mine comes with a you didn't hear it, but a telescoping handle just like your luggage, and two like 8-inch wheels on the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's like all terrain, and it's ultra light, and it just, I mean, I go into a house, like I just did a full house. I went in with 5 gallons because I wasn't sure how dirty the windows were, how much I was going to need. So I needed 5 full gallons.
Yeah.
And the hose is all wound up on a strap, and it literally followed me into the house just like luggage would. I didn't have to struggle. I carried it, my bag of rags, my pouch, my roll of film, everything all in one trip. Where you can't do that with a keg. So there's some convenience factors.
Oh, okay.
But the other thing too is it's not pressurized. So when you're riding down the road and say a hose pops off or something, it doesn't fill your car up with. So there's that. But
winter time. Well, I'm sure you don't want to leave this out in your car in winter time.
Well, and that is
that's
another
where I have the
problem
biggest
too.
Problem.
It is pretty much all plastic, so you would break it if you was still mobile.
I would have to make sure I'd empty the hose every night because it'd start to thaw in the morning. So you have a combo of, oh, I broke something on the sprayer and now it's all firing out of my tank.
Right.
Yeah, I opened the back of my car to a whole frozen pile. Well, it wasn't even frozen. It was just like super cold expel gel in my carpet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
broke
remember
my
that.
inline. Yeah, I froze my inline. It was bad.
Yeah, so that's the other thing too with the kegs. I really love the keg. There's nothing going to be more durable, but adding anything into it that's plastic is such a bad idea, because like with our inlines, they're poly, and they're poly so that they won't add corrosion or any problems down the road. It's got a stainless steel mesh filter and a poly body, so everything is not going to cause a problem. The problem comes in the wintertime when you leave it in the car and it freezes, because plastic breaks when the water freezes and expands.
Mm-hmm.
So most people, when they're asking, well, do I need an inline filter? I'm like, do you fill up your tank with mud puddle water? No. Are you willing to clean your tank every now and again? Yeah, then you don't need one.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. I mean, inline filter's great if you want that added. Some mobile tinters, they fill up anywhere and everywhere, and here and there they're concerned that they're having problems from the contamination. You don't need an inline filter to protect you because the tip of your sprayer has a filter. Well, that's another thing too. There's other people out there selling tanks with different sprayers and no inline filter, and the different kind of sprayers that we don't carry don't have filters in them. And so now you're running blind, and you're just going to spray shit into your. So don't buy those other ones.
So no, Rick. This guy here says put a keg on your back and look like Ghostbusters. I actually saw somebody at the tin off that
No.
had that.
Not the tin off. It was you saw it
So
on a video
heavy.
at the Tinter Battles.
No, it was at the tin off. It was Indianapolis, I think.
Oh well, Cody.
There was a guy that had like one of those like wilderness backpack things,
Well,
and he had
Cody.
it strapped to that.
Cody had one strapped to his
Oh, did
backpack
he?
setup, and he come out of the thing and he had dual hoses on it, and he come out just spraying 2 hoses up in the air. It was pretty badass. But I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of weight to carry around on your back to tint a. Oh wait, and you're tinting a car, so like, how do you climb in the back seat with that?
Yeah,
Although
that's
to carry
exactly
it
what I
in-
was thinking. Like everything else, I mean, you're carrying around a lot of weight, and then if you try and climb into a car, you're just like, oh God, just getting a workout all day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, earlier I got zoned out because for some reason your feed into my OBS was like awful, and it was just getting worse by the minute, and I was like, I don't know what to do, and I tried refreshing it, that didn't work, and
Yeah, I
So
don't
then I ended
know.
up-
I mean, my internet's been up and down a little bit today. It seems consistent right now, but yeah, there's some times that it started to drop out, and then I had that headphone problem too. So it's weird not hearing
Well-
chat today. So I'm sorry, guys. Doing this, I don't know how to route it yet, but we'll figure something out when we do this again.
yeah, there's added
Alright.
things.
Rick, I'm pretty done streaming though.
Has it been since like 11?
We've been on this stream all day, and I'm very tired, and I want to like do ugly shit. Thank
There
you.
we go, look, she's gone.
I hear ya. Yeah. I gotta put this car outside. I gotta lock up and take off too. So, but one more time,
Alrighty, man.
we are doing a keg giveaway. That is gonna be sometime next week. But the way to enter the keg giveaway is visit the link that I'm dropping in chat right now. It's at sundistributingdirect.com. You literally just add it to your cart, check out. You don't have to put any payment details on that. I think just name and shipping info because we want to know where to ship it to you. It's just the easiest way to keep track of everything right now. And then you'll be entered to win one per person. Like 1 entry per person, as far as I know. I don't think there'd be extra. That sounds a little unfair. But yeah, and then you
No,
can have a
no,
chance
what-
to win the tint keg, and then I'll throw a bunch of goodies in there too.
It'll only
Can I-
let you enter
Can I
once.
just have it?
And
Sure.
yeah,
Win.
actually, yeah.
No.
You win. Sorry, everybody. No, and also, share it. Get as many people hyped about this as possible. It's a big event. So, there's a post on our Facebook page /Sun Distributing, and you'll see the post for the giveaway
Daniel
link,
Rayner
and
super
share
chatted
that like everywhere. And,
$4.99. Hurrah.
yeah, I don't have like a pop-up thingy.
Yeah.
I
If you guys
should
can
try
share
that,
it,
but
that would be super helpful too. I'll post it in the group and just try and spread the word out, and then we'll have another stream tomorrow. So there'll be more about that. But in the meantime, thank you so much to Daniel Reyna for that 5. I much appreciate that too. He says hoorah. My whole audio
and your fog
situation.
machines didn't work today.
I just noticed that too. I don't even know if I remember. I think I forgot to plug them in.
Oh, that'll keep them from working.
That'll keep them from working. There's so many things. I'm sorry.
That's an easy problem to fix. Next
Yeah,
time,
just
tomorrow.
plug them back in, and then I forget to unplug them. No, like I don't want them running for 5 hours before I go to tint the car. So it's one of those things where I got so many things to set up, and then again. There's a lot. There's so many, and then we at least managed to do this much. With all the
We did
audio and streaming and stuff, this worked out good.
We did pretty good for a first attempt.
Yeah.
It was a lot more successful than mine and Brittany's first attempt.
Well, I had a bunch of that difficulty too. So we both worked through that stuff, and then collective knowledge. There you go.
Yeah, and well, Restream has a thing that we're RTMP thing that you're supposed to share with each other, and it's supposed to make this way easier. But I never tried that before, so.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Maybe that'll help because we both have that.
Yeah, maybe we can try that. And with the, I don't know. I was gonna say the other option too is if we stream directly from Restream. I know that makes it a little easier for integrating. I'm not sure how exactly, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll look at.
We've got like
it.
3 days.
Yeah, we'll see if we can make it a
Two of
little
which
simpler.
is a weekend.
Uh-huh. Alrighty, man. Well, I am gonna end things here. So I will talk to you later.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty, and thank you guys for hanging out today. Thank you for the super chats, Daniel Reyna and David. Those were the super chats today. Thank you so much. I appreciate those very, very much. And then we will be live tomorrow again. So see you then. Have a good one.